All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful idea for unlocking your potential. It's all about reclaiming your focus by, well, desexualizing your brain. Sounds a bit intense, right? But stick with me, because this might just be the ultimate cheat code for success you've been looking for.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like there's this invisible force just holding you back? You know what I'm talking about. You try to build good habits, you try to level up, but somehow you just get sucked right back into the same old loop? Well, you're not alone. And here's the thing, it's not about willpower. The sources we're looking at say it's actually a biological trap. Let's dive into what that really means.
Okay, first up, the high dopamine trap. If we really want to understand why you feel stuck, we've got to look at your brain's own reward system and how sometimes it kind of works against you. And look, this isn't about feeling guilty or ashamed. This is just straight up biology.
So what even is dopamine? Think of it like your brain's internal good job signal. It's that feel-good hormone that gets released when you do something pleasurable. It's your brain basically saying, hey, that was awesome, let's do that again. It's what drives us, what motivates us. But, and this is a big but, not all dopamine hits are created equal, not by a long shot.
And just look at this. This is where it gets really crazy. See that difference? When you achieve something productive, you get a nice, healthy spike of dopamine. But the dopamine you get from pornography and masturbation, it's the highest possible spike. It's like hitting the biological jackpot. And your brain, it doesn't judge right from wrong. It just sees that signal and goes, whoa, that's the biggest reward ever. I want more of that, please. And this is what kicks off that vicious cycle. Suddenly, your brain sets this brand new, super high standard for what feels good. And because getting that mega hit is so easy, it's right there, no effort needed, perfect for when you're stressed or bored, everything else just pales in comparison. Suddenly, going to the gym or working on your business, well, it just can't compete. Your brain's attention is focused on the bigger prize.
So, that's the biological trap we're all up against. But now, let's talk about the real price you're paying. Because this goes way beyond just a bad habit. This is about who controls your single most valuable asset, your attention. I mean, just think about it for a second. We live in the attention economy. Every single app, every ad, every social media platform, they are all in a war for your eyeballs, for your focus. Your attention is literally the most valuable currency you have. And when you get caught in these high dopamine loops, you're just giving it away for free. You're trading your most precious resource for practically nothing in return.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. How you do one thing is how you do everything. The argument being made is that this lack of discipline, it doesn't just stay in one little box. No way. It spills over. It seeps into every other part of your life, and it just eats away at your ability to focus on the things that actually matter.
So, the source material talks about this idea of a submissive mindset, and it's really important to understand what this means. It's contrasted with a dominant mindset, but dominant here doesn't mean being a jerk or being aggressive. Not at all. It just means you're in charge of your own life. You're in the driver's seat. The submissive state, then, is when you willingly hand over the keys. You let these cheap, easy urges call the shots. And the fallout from that, it's huge. Because every single time you give in, you're sending a message to yourself. You're basically saying, my long-term goals, my dreams, yeah, they're not as important as this quick fix. And that just chips away at you. Your self-respect takes a nosedive. Your confidence dissolves. Your sense of purpose just vanishes. And your discipline, gone.
But here's the powerful flip side. We have to reframe how we think about discipline. It is not a chore. It's not about forcing yourself to do stuff you hate. No, it's a weapon. It's a tool that you forge, and you can use it on any battleground, in your business, at the gym, in your relationships, anywhere.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. That's step one. Now, let's get to the good part, the solution. And it's all about becoming purpose-driven. See, this isn't about just gritting your teeth and fighting your own biology. That's a losing battle. This is about giving your brain a much better, much more meaningful target to shoot for.
This right here is probably the most important takeaway. You cannot just remove a habit. It doesn't work like that. It leaves a void, a vacuum, and your brain hates that. You have to replace it. You need to swap it out for a mission, something that is way more meaningful, something that gives you a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment.
So what does a mission even look like? Well, it could be anything. Building a business from the ground up, mastering a really tough skill like coding or playing an instrument, getting into the best physical shape of your life, doing something truly great for your family. The key is it has to matter to you. Forget what other people think is cool. What is it that genuinely pulls you forward? That's where all this new energy is going to go.
And here's a really powerful idea from the source material. This mission, it's not something you have to go out and find like some lost treasure. It's already inside you, seriously. That little voice that wants to be better, that wants to build something cool, that wants to provide for the people you love, that's the mission. All you have to do is turn down the volume on all the other noise and finally give it your full attention. Okay, and here's a really cool side effect of all this, a kind of social life hack, if you will. When you pour all your energy into a real mission, it completely changes how you show up in the world. And believe me, people notice.
See, so many people get this totally backward. They think they need to put on a performance to attract other people, but that's not it. Real, genuine attraction, we're talking partners, friends, business opportunities, the whole shebang, it's a byproduct. It's what happens when you are 100% locked in on your own path. You can't fake that kind of passion. And when you're genuinely building something you care about, man, you just radiate a kind of confidence that people are naturally drawn to. You stop being the one chasing and you become the one who's building.
All right, theory is great, but how do we actually do this? Let's get practical. This is our final section, the action framework. The source material gives us a super simple, easy to remember formula to make this happen. It's called CSI.
It's just 3 steps. That's it. Connect, surrender, and identify. Let's break down exactly what that means for you.
First up, C is for connect. And listen, this is so important. You can't do this alone. You just can't. You've got to find your tribe. Get into communities with other guys who are on the exact same mission. The accountability you get from that is an absolute game changer. It makes you stronger and it keeps you going when you inevitably hit a rough patch.
Next, S is for surrender. And again, let's be clear about this word. This isn't about giving up. It's a surrender of devotion. It's a conscious choice you make to give all of your attention, all of your energy to your higher purpose, your business, your fitness, your mission. So instead of surrendering to a screen for cheap dopamine, you surrender to what you could become.
And finally, I is for identify. You have to become a detective of your own habits. Put on your Sherlock Holmes hat and figure it out. When does this urge pop up? What are the triggers? Is it late at night? Is it when you're feeling stressed, bored, lonely? Find those patterns and then be ruthless about eliminating the triggers. Get the phone out of your bedroom. Create a new routine for your evenings. You have to be strategic about this.
So when you boil it all down, the message is really simple, summed up by this quote. It's about self-mastery. It's about saying no to being just another passive consumer, just another face in the crowd. It's about choosing to be the active creator of your own damn life. It's time to take charge.
And so that brings us to the final, most important question, the one that only you can answer. Now that you have this framework, now that you see the game, what are you going to build? What mission that's already inside you is truly worthy of all the focus, all the power, and all the attention you're about to get back?